Hey YouTube, this is Alex. In this video, we'll be talking about how to get your music heard in 2023 and what to expect getting into 2024. With over 100,000 songs being released on Spotify every single day, it's getting really hard to get noticed. But I broke it into very easy steps to follow. And if you like this video, make sure to hit the like button for almighty YouTube algorithm. It's gonna help me a lot. Let's go. So with so many songs being released every single week, how do you break through? Well, the answer is very simple. It's digital advertising. So I would suggest learning at least basics of that and understand how to boost the post, how to promote it, and how to make sure that you target the right audience and how to reach them. It doesn't cost a lot of money, and you'll be able to understand what platform's gonna react to your song. So you can put ads on Instagram, on Facebook, on Spotify, on Twitter, on Snapchat, on TikTok, you name it. You have all this world available to you. But in order to do it right, you have to understand which platform to go for. So let's say you have 1,000 followers on Instagram, you have 50 followers on Snapchat, you have 10,000 followers on TikTok, and you have 100 subscribers on YouTube. So about 60% of the budget is going to go toward TikTok ads. Then I'm going to take another 20%, 20, 30%, and I'm going to allocate it towards Instagram ads. And then I'm going to take the remaining budget and divide it between YouTube ads, and I'm going to divide it between Snapchat ads. This way I'm going to have a very healthy balance. Learn how to target and learn who you're going to go after, because your fans and the people who you think your fans are is the first step. You think your fans are fans of Justin Bieber as well. So target Justin, but don't just stop on that. There are a lot of artists who are similar to Justin as well, so you can create your own cocktail from this. I also would suggest not to stop there. Like, let's say you're going after Rihanna fans. What else Rihanna has? Rihanna has a makeup brand. Rihanna has a clothing line. You can decide, okay, I'm going to go after those, but where do they sell this clothing line? So they sell it at Nordstrom, they sell it at Bloomingdale, and things like that. So you can build your own mixes of different audiences, and it's just going to help you out a lot. In my career, we broke a lot of records from Philippines, we broke a lot of records from Brazil, broke records from Nordic, broke records from UK. But it doesn't have to start in America. It can be brought to the United States, but it's not necessarily going to start here. Once it's going to start growing in one country, the rest of the country is going to start spilling over. And this is a very interesting concept of song not just breaking in one territory. It's always going to have break in surrounding territories. My song is streaming on Spotify in Philippines pretty well. So what am I going to do? I'm going to spend a little bit of money there. So now from Philippines, I can bring it to Australia, or I can bring it to Indonesia. If I brought it to Indonesia, I can bring it from Indonesia, surrounding countries going to be like, I can go to Australia, from Australia I can go to UK, from UK to Germany, from Germany to US, or vice versa. So Spotify has a few algorithmic playlists that's going to help you. It's Release Radar, Discover Weekly, Radio. You have to figure out how to trigger them. And the way to do it is you have to accumulate enough saves so the algorithm can understand which people are engaging with this. More saves you accumulate from the similar audiences, higher chances of you Discover Weekly to pick up and Release Radar to pick up. Release a lot of music. There's so many cases and there's so many situations that we promote the song and we grow the song and the song's starting to connect and the song is like actually picking up a lot of streams and it keeps growing and growing and growing. And once it's time to follow up with the next single, the artist doesn't have a song. And eventually we have to let it go and the single's gonna die down and be like, all right, well, we spent all this time, all this money and all this effort building it, but we don't have nothing to follow up with. So we have to let this record go. It's just gonna stall somewhere and eventually gonna die down. So a great example of releasing a lot of music is a rapper named Russ. Before he was known and became famous, he put out 52 songs in a year. So he did one song a week, which is a lot of music. Another example would be NBA Youngboy. He put out, in 2022 alone, he put out 101 songs. It's a lot of songs to put out, a lot of content to produce. And I'm not saying go to these extremes and release like 100 songs, 52 songs. You can if you want to, but you don't have to. All you need to do is just to keep the pattern 4 to 6 weeks on the release. So you release the song, you promoted it for 4 to 6 weeks, you see where it's gonna land, and you have a follow-up. Songs never die, which is an amazing thing. I've discovered it back in the days when I've seen records that came out in 2016 that we worked in 2019 and 2020, and those records became big hits. Why? Because records never die. It's always on Spotify, and you never know who's gonna discover it. It can be anything. Sometimes influencer on TikTok picked it up, or Reels, Instagram Reels. It was on the commercial for the car commercial, or it went on the TV show. Or a perfect example would be, I remember analyzing data for this song, and this record was doing about 200,000 streams a month. When the song came out, when the TV show came out and the placement happened, it did 11 million in a day. So imagine going from 250,000, 200,000 streams a month going to 11 million a day. That's huge. It's a hit. And of course, yeah, it's a rare case and it's a big placement. It's a huge feature, and but it's possible. So songs never die. If you put out the song and it didn't connect right away, it might connect later, and it might connect in a year or in 2 years. You never know. Do not bot. Do not use any artificial ways of streaming, buying followers and things like that. It doesn't work. So if you think that, oh, you're gonna purchase 100,000 streams on Spotify for playlisting or whatever, the bot, and it's guaranteed, it's gonna get you a record deal, it's gonna get you signed, it will not. And the reason why it wouldn't is because all the A&R teams that for different record labels, they have research teams now, and they dig really, really deep into the data. And even junior A&R, just by looking at the back end and seeing, oh, all the streams came from the playlist, there's no consumption around you as the artist, is going to pass. And once they pass, you're going to lose the trust. And once you lose the trust, it's never going to get picked up. I've seen cases, and I worked with artists who bought it in the past and who were trying to fix their data. And to be honest, it's really complicated and expensive and almost impossible, because similar artists are messed up, the algorithms are messed up, and to start over, many times they just had to delete the profile and start over as the brand new thing. Wipe up everything, create a new profile, new upload, and start from scratch. So all this money, all this time, and all this effort is basically being wasted. So to summarize, I think we covered it all. To learn your advertising, understand your advertising, understand your data, and read your data. Promote yourself. Make sure you promote yourself the right way and you target the right audience. Use the pitch tool so you can pitch your song to editorial playlist. And even if it's not picked up, and even if you didn't get what you were looking for, songs never die, and it can always come back years later and become #1 hit. Do not bot, never purchase anything artificial. Just do a fair game. And think about yourself as a long-term career. Think about yourself as a business. You're building something, you have a long-term goal, and you have a long-term career. So focus on that. So now to get into 2024, what I think is going to happen, what I think is going to, the music industry going to shift to, and what is actually going to be happening with releases. So TikTok music is coming out. That's probably going to come out sometime next year. It's going to be another DSP that's, you're going to be able to upload your music on. I'm not sure how they're going to connect it with the TikTok itself, and if they're going to connect it with the SoundOn, if you're going to be able to distribute from SoundOn, and you're going to platform of, TikTok music, and if you're going to be able to get some type of benefit if you distribute for SoundOn. SoundOn is a distribution company from TikTok. So I'm not sure if there's going to be any connection there, but TikTok music is coming out. I think YouTube Shorts is going to get the big spotlight in the industry itself and music industry itself. It's a little early for them right now, but they're building really strongly, and they YouTube putting a lot of resources behind it. So I feel like YouTube Shorts starting to pick up and people starting to pay attention to it. So I think it's going to go nose to nose with TikTok, and YouTube Shorts would be another way to break music. If you have any questions for me, feel free to ask in the comments. I'm going to read them all, and give me thumbs up. I'm going to keep posting more and more videos. If you have some topic to discuss, or if you want me to cover something, please leave the comment below, and I'm going to be happy to cover it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You made it this far, so thank you very much for doing this, and I appreciate your time.